Hello! Hello, everybody! Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit today here on the LOTRO Twitch channel. So, yeah, we are in between things for one more stream. The next festival, the Midsummer Festival, starts Thursday. You know what? I'm pretty sure Thursday. I am super tired. The cats were up for a few hours in the night, and thus I was awake. So, let's see. I'm gonna pick up Lotro schedule and just double check the date, so make sure I don't give incorrect information. So let's see. The Midsummer Festival. There it is. Bump. Let me grab that information. Oh, you know, it's probably, but there's the details there. I wonder if that has, like, an event. There we go. Moobot knows all about it. Moobot's so smart. I love it. Thanks to Eldolith and Druidsfire for keeping Moobot up to date. So yes, the Midsummer Festival begins June 6th with this Thursday at 10 a.m. server time. So that's like 10 a.m. US time. So sometimes they do the downtime on the same day as like a server, an event like that starts, but not always. So it could be that it would not surprise me if the downtime got moved to Thursday. Just saying, just thinking about that. But it might be on Wednesday as normal. Defeated 2010 says good evening. Good evening to you too. Oh, and I saw 70 times 1 up above doing some little avatar action. So awesome. And yes, here is Affodil in the game. Yeah, can you get up on there? Nice. That's a green dragon in keg that I got at the Spring Festival this year. That was fun. That was a neat thing. Hey, just right, Sandy is in the house. Good to see you. Howdy to you too. So this is one of my houses on Laurelin. This one and the other one that I have here, I've been having some fun decorating. So this particular house is easier for a lot of my Hobbity kin folk to access, I figure. So I've got a couple of those ingredient crates here out front, and then I've got the landlocked Dockmaster skiff, and it's not a teleport item, it's a well, it's a Dockmaster. So it's the kind of thing where you click on the boat. Let me take the names back off. So you click on the boat, and it brings up this interactive person. And so, oops, except when she walks off. Hey, wait, I want to talk to you. Thank you. Now she'll walk off in a minute. Hey, Loshire. Hello. Hey, Little Red. Hey, Affodil. Hello, Loshire Hobbit. So, yeah, so you click on the boat, and the Stockmaster pops up. And so you interact with her. And you have access then to take, to get from here to any of those docks that are listed that you have unlocked. So, for example, I haven't been to Anfalas or King's Gondor or apparently Lothlorien with this character. Oh, that's a bit sad. Where has she been? She's been in the Shire. That's where she's been. Yeah, this is not a completionist character. I have been going back and backfilling a little bit, but yeah, she's just kind of doing her own thing. So I did Valar her at one point, so she's got a bunch of levels that she just skipped right over. But unfortunately, that does not unlock stable masters for you in those regions that you skipped. So I'll have to go back to King's Gondor at some point. I'll need to go back to Lothlorien if I want to get those, yeah, to be able to go there. Interestingly though, because I think we were requesting at the Shield Isles and in Umbar. I think I got those when we were probably there. Because I also have this Umbarian travel item. It's the Allure of Umbar Bahabal, and it's a cute little fish. So when you click on it, it's a teleport item that takes you directly to Umbar. But we don't need to go there. We're going to do... That barrel's only big enough for the one of us. No, I could probably get up there if I wanted to. But also, I had this cute little, like, little eating area over here. And then I've been working on putting the various pets and things over here. So there's our shrew mouse house, and we have a little hedgehog, and then the chickens are here. You don't click on them. They just kind of do their own thing. Chickens are like the honey badger. They don't care. They do their own thing. Oh, I didn't realize the hedgehog house had 2. Oh, how cute. On use, Olivia the hedgehog and Oliver the hedgehog. I did not realize that. I love how this guy's just like, I'm just gonna go climb over here on the shrew mouse house. It's cool. Shrew mouse doesn't mind. So that's one of the things I'm working on at this house is every time there's a festival that has an interactive house to collect, to make sure I try and grab those and get those plotted out here. Because I have this a similar setup over on Treebeard, but then I realized I didn't have that here on Laurelin, which I thought was really funny because my characters are very like animal-centric characters. So I thought that'd be cool. But yeah, the green dragon in keg though is a hoot. It's one of those interactive kegs, and when you click on it, it sends you off to the green dragon, which is very cool. But it still does that thing where like the world is kind of shifting back and forth, and I didn't necessarily want that. So I've been keeping my milestones still. Oh, speaking of milestones, hey, there goes the dockmaster again. She just likes to travel, man. She's just like, I got places to be, you know. Can walk right by them horses, don't mind. Maybe she's heading over to check out the water. Sorry, I got a little itch there. Okay, so since we're between festivals, so Halfnanigans just happened this weekend, but it's already over. And the festival doesn't start until Thursday, and this is Tuesday. So we're kind of in that middle, like, hanging out, waiting space. Over on Treebeard, the level cap just increased. So, and the legendary item reward track just changed over, well, like 20 days ago. But we're like in the early half of it still, right? We're like in the first third of it still. So our goal is to do delvings when we can, and like missions and questing and stuff when we can't, in order to get experience for this reward track. So I'm only into box number 7, and I'm gonna want to get, I think this one I wanted to go pretty high because 25 is the handheld teapot, which is super cute, and I definitely want that. But it does render weird sometimes, so I want it, but hopefully they'll fix how you hold it. 50 is a cute little cosmetic pet, and then 75 is the coffer of Umbari furnishings, which I'm very curious about. So 75 is a goal, and then 100 is the maned lion, which sounds insane, but I am definitely interested. So getting to 100 here on Laurelin is going to take a little bit more work than I think it will on Treebeard, because we don't do as much questing. Like, we're on Treebeard, we're questing once a week, whereas we're questing 0 times a week on Laurelin. So today we're going to fix that. We're going to make it a 1 day a week this week. So I'm going to take us, where can I take us on this character? What do I know? I can take us to Hearn in Cardolan, or Longaran in Swanfleet, or Andreth in Cardolan. So if you have any preferences, let me know. Andrath is great. Okay, so I'm going to start taking us to Andrath, and there is a question in the chat. So Kyoto asks, or Kitio asks, hello, I hope you're doing well. Was wondering if I can ask a question. I was trying to play LOTRO, tried to reset my password, but keep getting failed password reset every time I reset it. Sorry for asking this type of question in the stream. Been trying for a few weeks now. So unfortunately, I am not able to help you. I am not an SSG employee. I'm just a volunteer streamer, as it were. And so I don't have any access to anything SSG behind the scenes related or anything like that. But I will tell you what I know, just based on having been around and watching how streams go. And it's exactly what B4 is saying there. I would reach out to LOTRO support, because it sounds like there's something going on. Maybe it's a firewall issue, or maybe there's something wrong with your account, or, you know, who knows what the actual problem is. But at least if you get customer support involved, they can at least narrow down what is working, and may be able to actually see what isn't working, and they can help you figure that out. So I would say follow the link there, help.standingstonegames.com. Just start there, and what's the nice thing about that is because you're doing it outside of the website, then they'll respond to you like by email. And so that way you don't have to be, because if you do the question, if you do the help, it used to be, and I'm not sure if it's still the case, but it used to be if you did the help request in the game, they would try to answer you in the game. And if they couldn't find you online, then it led to all sorts of hijinks of you guys missing each other, which is like really frustrating. So yeah, I would definitely say start with customer support, because who knows where the problem is. You know, maybe you're trying to use a character that's not allowed, or maybe there is something on your account and they just need to like fix something, or maybe there's a firewall on your side and they can go, well, your account's fine, you don't need to reset your password, or like they can go through all the things with you. So when hopes. So yeah, good luck with that, because I find LOTRO a lot of fun. So I would be sad if I couldn't get in. I actually was sad one day because I went to log in, and and I was playing on Treebeard, and Treebeard is the VIP server. And I couldn't get logged in. I was like, what's wrong with my account? Why can't I log in? And it's like, you know, you need to be a VIP to enter. I'm like, yeah, I know this already. But as it turned out, my VIP had expired, and there was an issue with the automatic subscription, because I just set that up because I don't want to think about it. And yeah, there was a problem with that, and so it had expired. So then I went through the steps, and funny thing is, my first thing was like, oh, I'm going to go email customer support, like, what's the problem here? And then I was like, oh, I can actually probably solve this myself. So I was able to go in, like, hey, I'd like to be VIP, you know, and buy VIP, and it was like, it was in my account, and I was able to like just add that back on. So it was funny. It was very easy to take care of in the long run, in the end. So, but yeah. So yes, trying to do some troubleshooting on your own sometimes is maybe the first place to start, but it sounds like you've already been trying to do some things. So I would say get customer service involved and see what they can do to help you out. So, all right. So we're going to do what's called a delving. So basically, if you hover over this guy, it says that he's a delving mission giver. So there's two things going on there, is delvings and missions. So we click on the dude. Oh, I currently have a Siege of Surlond. Should I go ahead and drop that? You probably don't have it, do you?
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
All right, I'll go ahead and... Well, that's weird. It's just a travel now or travel later. I can't drop it? Oh, if I go to my quest thingies. Hello. There's a checkbox saying you've completed it. Well, that's a while ago. It's under Before the Shadow. That's really fun. Okay, we'll go ahead and cancel that. I think I picked it up and there was some reason that we didn't do it. And I'll bet Affodil dropped it and I didn't. Okay, so let's try this again. So we're going to talk to Baglan here. Oh, there's a Delve Deeper weekly quest, so I'm going to pick that up.
Would you do something for me?
Because if you complete any tier of Delvings 15 times, then you finish this. And that is worth some Delving Writs and a Delving selection box and 1,000 Virtue, which I would take any of those. And all of those sounds great. Okay, so now this guy has... So the way these work is some of these mission givers, let's just call them mission giver to start. Some of these mission givers have a set list. And so if you go and talk to them every day, they're going to have the same 4, 5, 3, whatever things, right? So if you go to some of the other mission givers, like the dwarves up in like Gundabad, I think, area, not Carfu, they have, their mission givers have like a cycling list. And so you show up one day and they'll be like, there's usually 2 quest givers. And this person will have a list of things and this person will have a list of things. And in total, it comes out to 8 in total between the pair of them. And then the next day you come back and they have 8 different ones in total. And then the next day you come back and another different 8 ones. And eventually they get to the end of all of their things and they cycle back to the beginning. And so then you'll be like, oh, I saw these, I did these before. But they do go in order. So if you miss a day, then you can always like hook back in to catch up if you're trying to do all of them. And for the dwarves, it is worth doing all of them because there's a deed and it gets you a whole bunch of good stuff if you manage to do that. But it's like 50 different missions or 100, I don't know. It's something, there's a bunch of them. We already did it, so I've forgotten already. I think we did it on these characters too. I know we did it on Treebird. Anyway, so this guy has a static 4 missions that he has every day for us because they kind of relate to this area that we're standing in, which is, are we in Cardolan? Yeah, we're in Cardolan. So, and we're up at the tippy top, so up above my head up there. And so the quests that he has relate to like Sargeborn and Darnell and Andrath. Like, well, maybe not Andrath, but they relate to things that are happening in this kind of area. So what we often do is we'll just start at the top. So we'll pick up the Karanost command post.
Would you
And
do something for me?
Karanost, which is nearby, it's under the control of orcs. And maybe being led by White Hand people. Can we go check it out? So you accept the quest. And then it comes up and it's still sitting there. And now it's like, here's the kind of the review of what you got to go do. And then some missions have a twist, like when like they'll boost the morale of their allies that are nearby, things like that. In this case, this guy, none of his missions have twists, so you don't have to worry about that. So now we travel and we're going into the mission. So now you'll see there's this like funky thing over here. These delvings are only available from the delving mission givers. And they're only available if your character is at the maximum level for the server. So the maximum level for servers right now is 150, unless you're on a legendary server when the rules are different. So these characters that we have, we're on Laurelin, it's a regular server, and our characters are level 150, so delvings are available to us to do. So do I have a delving? Yeah, I have delving stones. Well, I have a emerald and I have a zircon on me. Okay. So when you go up to the delving stone, you can interact with it. Now make sure you don't run past it, because if you run past it, it basically like, oh, you don't need me, and it disappears. And then you're like, wait, I wanted to do that. So, and then so once you interact with the delving stone, you have 12 different tiers you can choose from. And the in-game story is that basically they found these gems. That's what I have in my inventory, is I have a couple of these gems. I have a delving emerald and I have a delving zircon. So these two pretty things here at the top. And the idea is that, here you can read it. It says, a dark spot in the emerald belies a nefarious power. Though this gem has value, it appears to have greater value than coin. And the other thing says the same thing. So basically there's a dark spot in these things, and what's happened is there's like some evil has gotten into the gem, has been captured inside this gem. And so what we can do is we can put this gem inside the delving stone, and it'll crack it open and let that seep out, and then it infects the enemies that are in the area around us. But if we go and then defeat the enemies that have now been infected by this, this dark stuff that was in the stone, then that defeats that dark stuff. So it's like not only are we defeating enemies, but we're also defeating the dark stuff that we found that was trapped inside these stones. So that's what we're trying to do. The amount of difficulty that it adds to the mission varies depending on what level you take here. So we have tiers 1 through 12 to choose from. 1 is the lowest and 12 is the highest. So if you choose 12, it's the hardest you can possibly make it. If you choose 1, it's the easiest you can possibly make it as a delving. So let's see, what did I say I have? I have an emerald and I have a zircon. I do not have a garnet.
I do.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Why do you want to do 6?
So I can get a 7.
So because you don't have an emerald?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna. Okay.
We can just have this off. It's fine.
Let me explain this real quick. So when you finish the delving, if you're successful, it gives you the stone that you need for the next level. Well, it gives you the stone that you need to do the level you just did and the stone you need to do the next level. If you do a 1, you need a zircon to do a 1 or a 2. So it just gives you a zircon back. So basically when you get to those places where it's like the next level is something different, like level 3 gives you a zircon, but level 4 you need a garnet. So if you finish a 3, they give you a garnet for no, so you can continue to progress. So Affodil here does not have an emerald. And so if we do a tier 6 with a garnet, yeah, well, it has to be a 6 in order to get the 7. Well, that's a fair point.
Anything of 6 through 9 will give me an emerald as well.
That's a fair point. We'll go ahead and just do a 6 anyway, because you have a garnet, right?
It's a way to figure out how strong it is.
That's true. Okay, so I have said, hey, we're going to do a level 6 thing. Now, it's waiting for one of us to interact with it and put that garnet in there. I don't have one, but Affodil is able to interact with the delving stone and put the garnet in there. And it says, a forceful malice spreads through the area. Where's my area chat? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so a forceful malice spreads through the area. So we just added some difficulty to ourselves. Why not? Okay, so we have to defeat orcs at this command post area, and we need to defeat Krovlut. So I'm going to scooch forward a little bit until we can see some guys start to appear. There we go. All right, I'm going to back up a little bit and see if I can do a search for that named guy. Because if we can just head in his direction, that makes it a little handier. Because there's more than 12 guys here, and we do not need to take out all of them. We only need 12 and the main guy, who is in that direction. So what we might do is well, let's see, can we get to the stairs without activating these guys? Probably not. Nope. The answer was no. Wow, they've got range today. Holy macaroni. Okay, sorry about that. You saw it coming? Oh, that's good. Affodil was ready. She's like, yeah, you're gonna make all of these guys. Don't say hi. Okay, fine. All right, cool. Now yeah, that was funny, thanks. I did not do what I wanted to do, which, okay, here we go. Let me hover over this guy. And there's a whole bunch of things that are listed here. So, but really what we're looking for are these kind of bronze, brown looking things that say, and we'll start at the lowest. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And what 2 has is Malice, Atrophy. On death, monsters spray you with a debilitating poison that limits your damage. It is curable. Number 3, Sauron's Touch. Monsters are blessed by Sauron with increased damage and toughness. It is a corruption, which means if we have corruption removal, we can dispel that, which is nice. Clutch of Flies. On player crit, monsters release a clutch of flies, which lowers your critical chance. Okay. Number 5 is Sauron's Grasp. After a brief induction, create a dampening whirlwind that targets the player. That's annoying. And number 6 is these monsters have a stronger diseased aura about them. This will lessen your damage while around them. But thankfully, we are ranged, so we don't have to get too close to them. Appreciate that. Oh, and before I had responded about, oh, yes, there's a funny glitch that can happen if you try to log in during weekly maintenance, because if the servers are down and there's a period of time when the servers are coming up after maintenance, and it'll say you have a bad username or password error, but that's not actually the case. It's just that the servers are coming up, but they're not up yet, and so it does that funny thing. But I agree with before. It doesn't sound like that's the problem you were having. Okay, we've got a patrol over there. So I think we're definitely going to need to deal with him. And this patrol here that Affodil has gone ahead and said hello. We're going to deal with him. I wasn't thinking all at once, but sure. Good. What you got on you? You've got 2 piles of atrophy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat some cakes to hope there's some resistance to things. and some regen. In and out of combat regen. That'll be good. Okay, so we're gonna try and head down these stairs as soon as they stop filming. Awesome. Well, we've already slain 8 orcs. We only need 4 more, and we still haven't got to the big guy. I wonder if we just ran across the top there. I guess we'd get falling damage. Alright, we got more than 4 to go through, so we'll just do them all, I guess. We do a thing where Affodil is the leader, and we'll put a marking on who it is that we're working on first. The sun. So that way we know how to coordinate between the pair of us a little better. Alright, well I went ahead and said hello. So often what we do is, yeah, we'll start with the sun and then put a moon on one of them. And whoever has the moon, we fear them so we can get rid of them, get them out of combat for a minute. And then we come back after we've dealt with the sun. But I know he still has moon on, but we've gotten rid of everybody else, so we are done. So now, that was funny. So then at the end of these, sometimes there's a chest you need to collect. That's if they're the dwarves, basically. But these other missions, they generally just have a scout that comes to you, and you, they travel you back to where you need to go. Let's see. And yeah, no. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking through this stuff. So then you come back to your original mission giver, and he'll have 2 quests for you because you picked up 2 quests. Because you picked up the initial quest from him out here, which is that Cardolan command post. So we're going to turn that in. But then inside the mission, we did the Delving quest, and so that we then turn into him the completed version. So we have 2 quests that we're going to turn into this guy. So the Cardolan command post gives us the normal stuff, which is some legendary item experience, gray flood marks, which is what his currency that he trades in, and some motes of enchantment, which I have room for. Good. So that gives us those goodies. And then, so I have, let's see, I got a sea stone, interesting. So I got, yeah, some motes of enchantment, some gray flood marks, parchment inside. So anyway, when I turn in the second thing, this delving garnet that we did, notice that I'm also getting legendary experience, which is the reason why we like to do the delvings, because we do one thing, which is the mission, but we're doing 2 quests, and so we're getting legendary item experience for both quests, even though we only had to complete one, thing, one dungeon, mini dungeon. So that's why we really like doing the delvings, because we can really kind of try to accelerate through that the legendary reward track. But it takes a bit of time, because you can't do more than 10 in a day delvings. So it's one of those where you're like, okay, try to do 10 every day or get on it when you can. Anyway, so yes, we're gonna get some LA reward experience and a tier 6 delving chest. And this has a 1 hour cooldown, like a 1 hour destroy duration. It goes away after an hour. So make sure you open it before an hour goes by, because you'll be sad. If you don't, it's just gone. It's just gone. You don't get it back. And now, so because we finished a 6, we get a 6 back, which is the garnet. And then it's like, hey, now you can go to a 7 and have an emerald. So, kapow. Now, I think it looks at my inventory, yeah, and it sees that I already had an emerald, so it doesn't give me a second one, because you can only have 1 unique item in your inventory, and it considers it unique item. Funny thing, if I were to like go into my vault or my shared storage, I think only vault, anyway, and if I were to like scooch these over, which, do I have any of the delving things in my inventory? Oh, I don't. How funny. If I put them in my vault, so it's not in my inventory, and then I finish it, they'll give me 1 of each, and then I can sell the one that I'm holding on to and go grab the other one out of my inventory. It's really funny. It's a silly way to make, like, 10 silver or something. 44 copper. It's not the great moneymaker it could be. So, yeah, I don't recommend that one. Okay, so... Oh, I'm also still wearing my old armor. Let me open this delving chest first. It gave me a box of crafting ore. Cool. Some chunks of iron ore. Why not? That sounds great. I have some... Where is it? Not enhancement runes. Although we could open those up because they stack. Let's get rid of that business. Somewhere in here I thought I had essences. Yeah, I have boxes. Yeah. So that's what... So this is a conversation I want to have before we could do it on stream. Basically, the armor I have, like, I've got some really nice armor that somebody made for me. Purposefully made for me. Like, I asked her to make it. And it requires... It has slots, and so it requires essences to go in there. I have these Seafarer's Flickering Essence boxes, which means basically if I open it up, it's like... It's a selection box, so I can choose which one I want. Do I want physical mastery, tactical mastery, physical mitigation, tactical mitigation, critical rating, critical defense, like all those various things, like what's the best thing for me. And I am not 100% clear on what's best for me in these things. So, oh, cool, I got an automatically bestowed quest of complete missions on a weekly. Sweet. Sounds like a great Friday activity. What's on Friday?
10 minutes later.
All right, sounds like we're going to try and do that off stream. Because that is a whole other conversation. So, anyway, but that'll beef me up a little bit more. Oof, I'll be a buff hobbit. All right, well, let's go on to the next one then. Crown
Could
of
I speak
Karanos.
with you a moment?
I'm not actually reading these out right now, but if you go in and you do just the plain old missions, the thing about missions is it scales to your level, so that's kind of fun because you're always getting on-level experience for your reward track. So if you wanted to experience some of these, you absolutely can. We're just hanging out in Cardolan, which is like a level 20 area. Yeah, 7 sounds great. Oh, I could do it. All right, so I'm going to go to the Delving Stone. I'm going to say, let's do a 7. And also in red here, it tells me this quest is in the Delving category, which we were talking about. You are currently underway or on, or have completed, I'm not underway on any, so I have completed 1 out of 10 quests in this category today. Excuse me. So if I do this successfully, this will be number 2. A vile malice spreads through the area. All right, so now we have to find and defeat the true leader of the orc forces here, which... Oh, there they are. They're starting to pop in. Should I look for... Let's see what we've got. If we can find somebody with a name. Oh, I just saw it and then I sorted it. Probably Dargund. Oh, we found a guy. Oh, darn, I don't think I found us. Or I was able to actually. So, if you're a hunter and you are, or if you're using one of those boxes that's like, you know, do a search and find, if you end up in combat, it cancels that search you were doing, and as a hunter, I have to wait for the cooldown to come back. It'll be back in like a second, though. That guy just walked over the top. Wasn't even expecting him. All right, hang on a second. Let me find that guy again. All right, so that's probably where we're going. And in this one, we don't have to find anybody else. We don't have to defeat anybody else. We just need to find that guy. And he's right there. That was quick. So, I'm going to do my hunter spiel. Oh. We're going to get this. We're going to get rid of this guy. Oh, nope. We have other incoming? No. Okay. Alright, we're going to get rid of this guy. Nope. I'm going to do the... Now they're not line of sight. What are you... Seriously. Hmm? No, they're not in line of sight. I can't hit them, which is even funnier. Thank you. Nope, still not. Okay, I gotta move forward. So sad. Come on. There's a weird wall. It's not really there, but it pretends it is. I keep ending up with these flies. There we go. Now we got rid of all of his friends, so now we're just working on him. Here, let's fall down. If you bring him over here, just put down the trap. Oh, okay. Never mind. The Urgai leader is felled. Alright. So that's it for that one. That's nice and quick. Hooray. So sometimes what happens is we've come out of the mission and notice there's only one quest for us and all of his other things aren't there yet. And you're like, well, that's kind of odd. It's basically, it's like it takes a transition moment for you for the thing to be like, oh, you're no longer in the mission. Okay, cool. Let me get you back on landscape. So now everything is there, no problem. So sometimes you just have to pause and wait a moment. It's no big deal.
What do you need?
I'm gonna open that delving chest though, before I forget. Crafting materials. Cool.
Stay a moment.
So we're basically just walking our way through one to the next to the next to the next. With the 4 that this guy has. Oh, we didn't even look at what they had that was different. I totally forgot to do that. What level do you want to do? You want to do like a 9? Ooh. Okay, that's fine. All right. So as you go up through the levels, they swap out some of the lower level things and give you higher level things. So we're slowly, there we go. So let's see, it dropped off that number 3 that we had, and it has instead given us, let's see, Malice 8 is glass cannon. Monsters take and deal double damage. That's all right. We can do extra damage to them. We don't mind that. And then the clutch of flies is a bit different. A distinct buzzing sound can be heard coming from an ill-attached sac on the monster's hip. A wrong move on its part, and it could open up. That doesn't sound very nice. All right, cool. Who'd you bring over? These guys, okay. I have the high ground. Let's get out of here. Oh, whirlwind. I don't think I want to do that. I think the whirlwind is bad for us. Right? Oh, it's turned into something fantastic. Okay. Some of those, they just go away on their own. So I think if I stop attacking it... Oops. Yeah, there it goes. It goes away on its own. So now we don't have to attack everything. We just need to get to the goblin leader who's at the end of the street. But we keep ending up with these sneaks, so... So basically we end up having to clear a path to get there. So that's why we're still continuing this way. Before points out though, that transition thing I was talking about is true of instances in general. If you leave the instance, it'll take a few seconds for it to truly transition you from one state to another. So, ooh, fire! Oops, I did not mean to shoot that guy. I thought I was shooting somebody else. Yeah, we don't need to attack everything, she says, and then attacks everything. Where is that spot? There it is. Okay, let me pause for a second, see if I don't shoot anything else. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, we're pausing, get some heals all up in this business. Plus, we really just want to walk down this road without shooting other things if I can manage. So he, you notice, has gone from a red bar to a green bar. So he's summoned out some allies that we have to now deal with. And then after his allies are down, then we can start kicking him again. There we go. And if you do enough damage, then he doesn't get to summon more allies, I think. So, Scout is here, and we can go. So here's a funny thing, too, is if you're in the middle of combat or something, but you've actually accomplished the mission, like, the Scout will show up and be ready to escort you out. And so we ended up in a mission one time where we just, like, gathered everybody by mistake, and we were, like, defeated. We're like, well, that was a bummer. So we, you know, came back in at the entrance. Like, we just revived at the entrance. And then we were like, okay, let's give this another try. But instead of trying to defeat things, we were just like, never mind. We're just like, run, 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 run. Talk to the Scout, go. So everything's like chasing us. We're like, nope, I'm out. Don't care, we're out of here.
What can I do for you?
Let me turn these
What
in.
do you need?
Oh, hey, I have done a tier 8 delving. Apparently that's the first time I have done one. Congratulations, me. That's really funny. And let me pick
Might
up
I take
this
a
one, but I
moment of your
think there's
time?
something in the chat, so let me grab that real quick. Okay, so Telerian, hey Telerian. Oh, it says, is your mic a bit low? It seems to me the cries in the game are louder than your voice. Did you change something? Let me move this up a little bit. Let me know if that's helpful. Yes, maximum minstreling. That's the problem, is, you know, the minstrel is yelling loudly. No. And let's see. I'm going to turn that down a smidge. I'm also a little quiet today. Oh, hey, I have a delving to delve into the darkness weekly. I've completed many delvings and done much to aid the people's middle life. So, delving writs, embers of enchantment, enhancement rune comparable, and a virtue experience. Sure. Wait. If I wait and do that outside the delving, will I get bonus experience, virtue experience?
Well, you can step out right now. We haven't done anything.
All right.
Just, yeah, step out.
Hang on. We're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the instance for a second.
Make sure you
Because-
actually switch states though.
How do I know?
Your quest log will change.
Oh, okay. So I'm in an instance right now. And so I've stepped outside the instance, and all of my mission stuff came back up. So it's trying to tell me that I'm back on landscape. So here's the scoop: because I'm playing on landscape difficulty, I get a bonus to virtue experience if I'm on landscape when I get virtue. So I didn't want to miss out on any bonus experience. I got 50 bonus experience on that virtue bonus. It was worth it. Totally worth it. Okay, so I completed, yes, completed tier 4, completed tier, oh, let's see, completed tier 6. Oh no, we just did a 8 for the first time, right? That was pretty funny. Yes, complete a tier 8 delving mission. That was the first time we've done a tier 8. That's really funny.
Gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere, because now I have, let's see, there's a whole bunch of delving ones. Complete tier 1 delving missions. I'm at 20 out of 100. Yeah, there's basically a deed for each level. So, all right. So we enjoyed. That was an 8. You want to do 9? Yeah, 9 sounds great. Sounds lovely. Okay. Yeah. So see how that sound is for y'all. Thank you for mentioning something there. I am a little quieter today, but I want to be able to accommodate that. So, yeah, thanks for letting me know that I need to do something. When I was closing stuff down last week, I think I did hit that by mistake, the slider bar for the microphone, and moved it by mistake. So that could be what was going on there. I forgot to look at it. Well, here's one. So a 9, that's what we've picked up, is Epic Fervor. Every enemy you defeat makes you stronger. This is one of our favorites. Because, yeah, every enemy you defeat gives you a bonus. So right now, I have defeated 4 enemies, so therefore I have a 40% addition to my melee damage, range damage, and tactical damage while we are in this instance. It goes away after we leave, which is kind of sad, but you know what, I'll take it for now. Hang on, let me just hit this guy straight out and see what happens. It took out like half his health in one go. That was cool. I like that. Hey, no Sauron. No, oh, that wasn't a sniper arrow. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay. We got rid of it. But, all right, let me do everything and see if I take these guys out. Oh, you're right. It started. Never mind. Okay, there. Delirian says, sounds better now. Thank you. I was wondering if the sound was lower or my hearing was worse. I'm sorry. Maybe you should get your hearing checked. Yeah, I was going to say, why not both? I don't want to go get my hearing checked because I don't know that's in great shape at the moment. So I'm like, no, how about we just not talk to anybody about that? If I don't acknowledge it, it won't be true. That's how my working theory. Oh, we have to defeat a half-orc captain. Do you want me to look for him, or you know where he's at? All right, let's. Are you gonna tell me he's like right over this hill? Because that'd be funny. Oh, I don't have a half-orc captain. I have bruisers and sentries. I guess we gotta keep looking. No, I think I've got like some buildup in my ears too, and which means I probably need to go and get like, you know, I had that done like, oh gosh, 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, where they like pour water in your ear and make it, you know, do the thing. And, I mean, I tried it at home since then too, but like at the doctor's, and man, it's like the most uncomfortable feeling. Well, I shouldn't say the most uncomfortable feeling. I've had worse. But I did not enjoy it, and I'd really prefer not to do it again if I don't have to, but it could be the sort of thing where I'm going to have to go get them to look at my ears someday. Oh, there's a whirlwind. I'm just going to ignore it, and eventually it'll go away. Yeah, Sandy says, feels so weird, but cleans out stuff. I know, but I really hate it. It makes me go, bleh. You know, some people are like, hate things. They're like, you know, it's fingernails on chalkboard kind of thing. It's not that exact, like, you know, make me unhappy, but it's definitely a very uncomfortable. I did find him. He's down below us, which makes me wonder, can I shoot him from here? Nope, I cannot. If I would do funny things for pathing, why not? Okay, fine, I'll have to find my way down there. Hang on a second. I found a way down. Oh, you've already started combat anyway. Never mind. Yes. That's okay. You're cool. Just do whatever you want. I'm like, you want to go take them all on by yourself? Okay. I was not behind. Yeah, well, I was behind you, but not right behind you. I was still trying to figure out how to get down. But hey, good news. The scout's here to send us back.
If you can avoid leaving.
I'll avoid leaving. You want me to wait for you so you can find me? And find the scout easier?
Fortunately, my radar is covered by a giant eye.
Sandy says warm hydrogen peroxide. I don't know if I tried that. It was something else. It was like some chemical compound. I don't know. Before wants to get one of those tiny cameras so you can see what's going on in your ears. I mean, it's a fascinating idea. That is interesting. Like, I do like the idea of knowing what all's going on. But yeah. Hey, you found me. Well, sort of.
Yeah.
There you are. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to the scout. Bye. Peace out. Oh, yep, so we're in that in-between state. But I can go ahead and turn in the delving, which is
What
kind
can
of
I do
nice.
for you?
Because then I can go ahead and open up the delving chest. The one that has a timer set on it. Oh, I forgot to open the 8. And yeah, so the rest of this enhancement runes we can open. Tracery relieve, enhancement runes we can open. Cool. All right, so let's turn in that mission.
What do you need?
Hurrah! So that's everything that I can do with this guy today. See, he's got a timer until I can't do anything with him until tomorrow. But we can go somewhere else. Do I have guide to Cardolan? Let's see. I have guide to Swanfleet. And Cardolan, which takes us to Hearn. But I don't have the one that takes us to... Okay, we're going to Hearn. So I heard. Alright. Well, the cats are in their own self-defense being very cute at the moment. They prevented me from getting a full night's sleep last night, so they better be cute. In fact, that's my plan for streaming today, just heads up y'all, is I'm pretty tired. So we're going to do 10 delvings, and when that's done, it'll probably be less than 2 hours. Then I am likely to go ahead and just be done for the night. And B4 will take over and start his stream. So he'll start earlier than normal, but then he'll go his normal 2 hours or 2.5, whatever he does tonight. So what do you think? We just did a 9. You want to stick with 9, or do you want to go to 10? 9 was okay. How about 10? Sure, let's try 10. Why not? Oh, there's one that we don't like. That's the one in the water. I have to remember that. All right, and it's funny because this is a dread-filled malice spreads through the area, so it has different kinds of wording that it uses for the different types of malice, the different levels. Like one was like a distinctly uncomfortable malice. No, that wasn't quite it. I think I've already scrolled past it. Let's see. Oh wait, no, there's a 9. Wait. Oh, a new quest. It was completed. Oh, it was completed. Yeah, I don't think I have the original quest. I can't remember what it said, but yeah, so it has different things where it's like, this kind of malice, that kind of malice, and so forth. So our new thing is a 10, which is Twisted Armor. Enemies summon a cursed hotspot that protects enemies more and more over time. Move them away from it. So, yeah. So, which means our ranged folks are going to be a little bit more complicated to deal with if they stand in that spot for a long time. On the other hand, we're really high on our damage per second, so we are likely that they won't stand for very long in general. That's okay. There we go. Cool. Let's see. So we're defeating the war leader, who's in the middle probably, so we'll work our way to him. And melee urukais and ranged urukai. Speaking of ranged. Let me do a quick search and see if we can find our big bad. So we're looking for a white hand war leader. None of these sound of that. Maybe we're not close enough. So, yeah, this doesn't really show you where we are. We're kind of in these ruins here, and there's usually like a large ruin kind of on one section that we're looking for, and that's where he's hanging out. And he'll do that thing like we just did in that other one where you hit him and then he'll call some backup, and you got to deal with them before you can go back to the main guy. Okay. A. Arthur says, on Saturday we did some delvings, orc tunnels, and the malice that causes you to be feared. Oh, that's so annoying. At tier 12, plus tier Hydra. Which one's Hydra? Almost the worst combination possible. I'm going to guess Hydra means it gives you more for each one that you... Oh, is Hydra the one where, like, you defeat the thing, and then, like, now you have a fly to deal with, or some wormy thing?
You defeat the fly and now you have a lesser
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah, exactly. You defeat the fly, and now you have a lesser fly. And, you know, you defeat the fly, and now you have bees, or whatever. Hey. Oops, I hit the wrong guy, sorry. Then you finish off the bees, and now you've got tree pollen, and you're sneezing all the time. Oh, that's just me. Sure. Yeah, orc tunnels are a fascinating one. For anybody who hasn't done this, oh, hang on, let me see. Is there somebody by? No, I guess he just appears when we get to him. That might be it. So orc tunnels is like basically as you're wandering through here, all of a sudden, and it seems to be at like what, 1.5-minute intervals, I think we determined at one point. There'll be like a little patch of dirt that shows up in front of you, and it starts kind of pulsing like it's alive, but really it's just because there's orcs underneath that are like digging their way out. They've created tunnels to dig their way to you, or to what's going on where you're at. It's such a weird thing. Anyway, if you don't do anything about the orc tunnel, did we check that place? I guess we did. If you don't do anything about the orc tunnel, orcs will start popping out of it. So now you've got more enemies to deal with than you did previously. Yeah, the ruins behind us. Oh, let's try that one. Let's try the ruins straight ahead of us. I do recall going across water to find them before. This seems familiar. Yay, he's in here. Alright, so he's just hanging out in here all by his little lonesome. And he's red, so we hit him. And now he's green. Because now he's got friends that are going to show up. Here they come. Where'd they go? Okay. I'll just stand in here with my toon book. I'll trip this guy, he's hurting me. Are you inside or outside? Okay, cool. Thanks. Stand by your healer. Oh, you're getting low too. Maybe we should choose healer. Alright, he's down again. I'm expecting stuff in here. Here they come. Wait, I want to hit that guy. Oh, we got another whirlwind. What is he, silly cat? Don't want the whirlwind. Working on the soldier who's coming after you, I think, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, he's back. The soldier. And oh dear, I should drink a potion. Oh.
So next time, let's take out the stuff on the outside before we engage with the boss.
Okay, I didn't see anybody on the outside when we were coming up to him.
I haven't been telling you the truth,
So I'll just wait here for you to revive me.
or you could release him if you're meant to go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a real bit close by.
It's the whole run in
Yeah, I thought you were already on your way.
for like 5 seconds, yeah.
So, all right. So we gotta run back over. All right, let me put my fast feet on. There we go. And I have been afeared, so there's a good deal of dread in the area. So you notice that my my atlas here is all messed up. I'm too feared to see what's around me. There's too much dread in my heart. So anyway, yeah. So the orc tunnels are a rather amusing addition to things. Hey, but we should be getting the extra strength thing, yeah. I have epic fervor of 100%. Oh no. Did not see that coming. Alright, I got rid of him. Maybe I should do a search, see what else is nearby. In case we're gonna run over him. Well, he's the one that's in closest, so I'll put that on the radar. Let's see. Do I have any hope with me? I do. Do you need some hope? Oops.
We both need hope.
Oh, does this? Let's see. It's a +5 hope tome.
Yes, we both want
Provides
five
a temporary increase to your hope. Use this item multiple times to increase its duration. But I don't think it does fellowship, as far as I can tell. It doesn't say it does.
Hang on a second.
Okay. Usually Affodil is our carrier of all things useful, including like hope tokens and, oh, thank you, scrolls of better hitting, things like that. That's funny. This one doesn't say fellowship. There's nothing on there about fellowship either. Did it help you?
How interesting now.
No. That's what I'm saying. It didn't say anything about fellowship. Oh, anyway, so I put the guy on the map. So he's straight ahead of us. All right, let's go get him. Oh, okay.
Do you want to do some sort of a shot at the beginning?
Well, I don't know that it would help because he goes back to full health anyway. Yeah. Sometimes what I do, and what we were just talking about, is that I buff up my hunter stuff before we go in and work on the combat. But oh, maybe because we took out his dudes, it was the final combat where we get his full health. Okay, cool. Yay.
Been a fun shot.
That was the end. Yes, that's true. I could have possibly one-shot him at that point. So orc tunnels I find amusing, but like the getting feared thing I find really annoying. Where's the box? There it is. What do we got? Housing items. Ooh. I got an Honorian bench. Alright. That's cool.
What can I do for you?
First on the list are gray water things.
Oh. Let's not do the Grey Water. Oh.
Go over there.
Ruins of Graveyard. Okay, we'll try that one.
Words, traveler.
Okay, get me out of here. Oh, I think it's paused for a second there. There it is. And travel. Hey, Arthur says we both got feared off some clips. Much hilarity ensued. That's funny. We have a question in the chat from Neil Marshall. It says, hi, I'm currently in Bree and I'm trying to learn a profession. Do you know where to go? I somehow can't find it. B4 says, I recommend the crafting hall near the 3 boar statue fountain. It's called like the 3 pharaohs crafting hall or something like that. So yeah, you go to the boar fountain, kind of in the middle of Bree. And there's a crafting station just like slightly, or crafting hall, just slightly down the hill. When you walk in, there's 2 people kind of standing there, one on the right, one on the left, and one of those is the person you're looking for. Okay, so we're doing another 10. Oh no, we're doing a 10. We just did a 9, right? Yeah. Or maybe we just did a 10. I've lost track. No, we just did a 10. Yeah, 10 worked. Let's try again. Okay. So we know that things are going to start appearing here momentarily. Yeah. Saw it coming. So, but the nice thing is as we defeat things, we get stronger with today's Delvings, which I love. So I'm at 20%. Aphrodite is at 10%. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, maybe I'll do a cake. Real Marsha says, "Ah, thanks guys. You are welcome." All right, there we go. We've got an archer there. But we also have an archer here, which is me. Ho 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 ho. You know, I'm gonna buff up a little bit to try and get that archer down real fast. Because the last one annoyed me. There we go. Cool. And this guy heard something going on over here, so he's on his way. So in this one, we need to defeat 15 brigands. And we've got a nice chunk of them down here, so...
We're at 7 to 9 too, so we can pause when we get low.
Okay. Alright, so currently I have 70% extra strength. And Aphrodite is at 20%. So I'm going to try and soften them up. Okay. Oh, sorry, I might have taken that one out by mistake.
No, we're great.
Okay, good.
We only have 4 more to do.
Yeah.
You should do that.
There's only 4 more to go, so it should not take long. Well, they have extra strength too. It feels like. Pow. And a captain on top. Cool, interrupt that Sauron's grasp. Cool, that's 15. Now we just go find the scout, who's back downstairs. In fact, I think the back downstairs in the way we came, right? Yeah, one of these, it's the same location, and the scout is here. But then this one, the scout is like, yeah, out here. Hey, Scoot. Yeah, ow, my leg. And I'm the one who usually misses the stairs. Alright, grabbing a drink. I got a bit of sore throat, so I'm trying to keep on with the water and drink and stuff. Well, orange juice, not water, in this particular instance. I also have some tea, which I have actually let get cold. Oops. Oh well. So it goes. So next week we'll be able to do some festival stuff together, so that'll be fun. Midsummer Festival I really like because a lot of reasons. Like, the music is fantastic. The way that Minas Tirith looks with all of its decoration is gorgeous. I love the way they did it. And there's something like, because it's so big, you often are getting up on your mount and running along. And so I find it's like you're riding on your mount and it kind of bounces along into the music and it's, I like that. It just brings me a certain joy that the way that combines up. Looks like I'm hitting a slow load here, so it might be a moment. Let's see what else. Oh, one of the things though. Okay, so in the festivals, there's usually a rapper, like some sort of a quest giver who will be like, hey, go out and do, you know, X number, it's usually 10, of activities that relate to this festival, and then come back to me and I'll give you some festival tokens, which is great. It's like double dipping in the sense because you've got your, each of those quests that you do generally give you festival tokens, and then you add on top of that the ability to get extra festival tokens from that wrapper. And then that wrapper itself usually contributes to a like an over wrapper that is like, hey, go and do this wrapper 3 times, and you do it 3 times, and it's like, here, have some motes of enchantment and some tokens and stuff. So yeah, it's taking a long. I think it may have had run into trouble. We'll find out. Yep, my connection to the server was lost. Wah, wah. So I will be back in a moment. Anyway, so I like being able to do the wrapper in the festivals. So this is, hang on a second. Hey, before this is where I would potentially do that thing where I pull up the window again, but I don't want to do that because it might crash some other stuff, right?
No, just without pressing that quit button, just launch it again.
I already pressed the quit button. Nothing's happening.
Well, it's thinking.
Okay. Okay, so close the program?
No, just wait.
Wait, okay.
If you press the close button,
Fuck,
you commit
David.
it. If you don't press the close button, you can just launch a new window. It's your choice. But you did it.
I committed to this waiting business. Okay, we're just chilling. Yeah, so most festivals have around the number of quests that you need to fill that wrapper. The Spring Festival is pretty good. The Farmers Fair is fantastic. Sorry, not Farmers Fair. Yeah, the Farmers Fair is great because you've got all the quests that used to be part of Summer Festival and Farmers Fair combined into one event. And so that I really like. There we go. Roll again. So then you've got more than the 10 that you need, which is fantastic. So you've got lots of options. You've got lots that you can choose from. And I like that. I like to be able to some days be like, oh, I'm in the mood to do this. Oh, I'm in the mood to do that. The Anniversary Festival is really tight in terms of the number of quests available to fulfill the wrapper and the number that you need for the wrapper. So, so what I try to do is balance that as best I can, but it takes a lot of thinking and like, okay, what did I do yesterday? What do I have available today? What time of day is it in the game? What time is it about to be in the game? Like, you really have to pay a lot more attention. Whereas I like to be able to just like go in, be like, cool, start writing. Oh, hey, there's that first quest that I pick up. Let's start there and just keep going. So I like the Midsummer Festival a lot because it has kind of a linear path that I discovered in the first year that it came out. And so I created a path that I like for myself. And so then I kind of wrote that all out. Well, before and I actually kind of wrote it out together. And we posted it up on my blog, My Life Beyond the Shire blog. And I've been able to then year upon year go back and use that as a reference point. All right, so yes, cool. I can pick up the
How can I be of
mission,
service?
or finish the mission, and I can finish the delving. There we go.
What can I do for you?
Okay. So let me open up my delving chest before I forget, because you never want to forget that. That'd be really annoying. Okay, so Affodil is suggesting we go to Clegor. I think that's a great idea. How do we get to Clegor? Andrath?
Clear.
No, I don't have Clegor. Oh wait, nay, I do. Interesting, it's not in order. All right. Oh, that's return to Clegor. Here's guide to. I have guide to Clegor.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Cool. Yeah, something is out of order there. That's weird. Yeah, give me a second here. I'm gonna open my plugin real quick. In my options and to my sort. Wish there was a search button. I could just find it that way, but Clegor guide. We're gonna move that to the top. Actually, I think I can have it open while I'm doing this. You can watch it move. So here's my travel window. So here's Clegor at the top corner, and I'm gonna move it down one spot at a time because I want it to be probably right about there. So that's kind of fun. So now it's there. Anyway, all right. Let's see what we got. Aberrations of nature.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I take a moment of your time?
Let's go on in. There we are. So before putting into the chat the things that he was muttering as I was getting logged out there, if you hit, oh, here, let me do.
12. These things are so squishy.
12? Yeah, let's do a 12. Did you already do it?
Yeah.
Okay, I lost track of how many we're up to, so you'll have to let me know. It says when you click on the delving stone when you first interact with it.
Yeah, I think of that. I was too busy doing the 12.
Yeah, next time. Oh, hey, they see us. Hello. They're a bit strong, too. There we go. So are we. Oh. Do we get extra stuff? What's going on here? 12. Vengeance. I think that's the one maybe that you had the other day, Arthur. Monster death, their spirit comes back to get their vengeance. I mean, it sounds similar. Not exactly the same, right? But yeah. Oh, Hydra. Hydra's what they had. Okay, so anyway, before I was saying, it's faster to relaunch LOTRO than to click the quit button and wait for it to fully exit. My concern was that I think I had it corrupt a plugin file before when I did that. But before it says it's true for switching servers, unload your plugins first, right? Then pull up the launcher and log into a new server. The old client will go into the disconnect screen and you can clean it up later. And then yes, I'm in my plugin. What is this, plugin along? So Arthur says, from an optimization standpoint, I like Midsummer because you can craft a bunch of items ahead of time. That's true, which covers 4 out of the 10 daily quests. Nice. Allowing one to knock out the entire daily in about 14 minutes per tune. Yep. I mean, I guess that's one of the things I really like about Midsummer is there's just so many different paths to get the 12 that you need, or the 10 that you need. And that makes me really happy. Like, if I feel like riding around Minas Tirith for the day, then I do that. And if I feel like crafting, you know, or not being in Minas Tirith for some reason, I go and do all the quests outside of town. Like, go to Bree, do the 2 quests there. Go to the dwarves, do the 2 quests there. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, oh, Cremanu. I am really low on health. Let me get out of this thing. And happy feet. There we go. We have to discover the walking trees and eliminate them, it says. How sad. Sounds like a plan. Maybe just one at a time, though, because they're a little beefier than I was expecting. Oh, great. Or 2. Yeah, let me do my thing. Before says, I love Midsummer. In fact, I think you, before, have in the Midsummer stuff in your Festival Buddy 2 plugin, yeah? Have set up the... Nice. So in Festival Buddy 2, before has created a quick guide, which is a like those when you just want like a quick pathing of how to go through quicker through a festival without having to really think about it. There's a lot of quick guides out there. Mine being one of them. And so he went ahead and embedded that into Festival Buddy 2 to be able to, that way you just have it right there in front of you. Which one are you looking at? Make sure we're looking at the same one. Okay, cool. What are you looking at? Yeah, thank you. Oh, we still got the secondary. Oh, you got somebody behind you. Can't get the guy, he's gone invisible. Defeated says, oh good. Yeah, the guides are really useful. You need some health, honey. next? We know there's something in there because it's a red dot. Are you circling it? Okay. Sounds like a plan. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, you should be able to use Festival Buddy 2 this year and use the quick effect. I think you might have had it in there last year, or was it in beta? Ooh, I'm hearing German translations are available this year, which were not available last year.
Well, Delirian gave them, but I haven't published them yet.
Okay, he says Delirian gave them to me, they haven't been published yet. But they might be by Midsummer. By the Midsummer Festival.
Delirian did the work.
So Delirian already did the work before just needs to incorporate it. So. Yeah. So this is an instance where we're doing that thing where we pick the one that we want to actually work on. We do that, and then we fear the other one until we're ready to interact with it. Oh, okay. We have a patrol coming our way.
Attack the one I'm looking at.
Okay. Excuse me. Real Marshall says, hey guys, another question. Where can I repair my stuff? I believe it's in the menu where you sell things. Oops, I need help. Vendors, that's the word I'm looking for. So you want to find a vendor, and they will have a repair tab. I'll show you in a minute, but I can't do it while I'm in combat. I also can't do it when I'm about to die. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, thank you. Oh, were you trying to get rid of it? Oh, sorry. Well, we're in combat. You can't kill him in combat, right? Well, you can. Never mind. I'm used to, like, not doing a lot of stuff in combat. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, okay, so... Find a vendor. And... I just did. And they'll give a menu like this. And the first tab is like... Well, this tab here is sell, so it's selling things out of your inventory. Which, like... That, well, anyway, yeah. The second one is buyback. So if you sell something, you're like, oh, wait, I really want that back. You can get it back right immediately, but don't wait too long because it will disappear over time. Like if you close it and go away and come back, like if you exit the game and you come back, it's gone. And then the last tab is repair. Whoa. Which I need to repair some things. So you can repair, sorry, I should have just showed you. My bad. You can click on individual things and repair them if you don't have a lot of money, maybe, and you just want to like pick specific things. Or you can do what I did, which is the bottom one, just repair all, and it just takes care of everything. I didn't even look at it because I know I had enough money because we've been playing on the server for a while, so I've stacked up some money. Oh, we got seen. Okay, no worries. Or Marshall says, that easy. I see. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, thank Eru. There's a minstrel in the group, right? Because we are getting damaged. Although we are doing this at level 12, so, you know. We picked the hardest. It should be a little bit of a challenge, you would hope. Alright, Scout says, let's go. On the other hand, says before, the minstrel might have caused the problem in the first place. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's the hunter's fault, so, you know, we both have it. Bane of Twilight. I have fought the forces of evil and triumphed in the absolute dark. Oh, I think that's like the first... That might have been the first time I've done a level 12.
Hello.
With this character. Let me open my chest. Oh yeah, 50 delving reds. Oh, and clothing dye. Yay. Oh, speaking of clothing dye. Well, I gotta remember not to forget. Yeah, complete a tier 2 delving mission. It gave me 20 delving writs and 1,000 virtue experience just for doing my first one. Lashire says you're meant to be looking out for her, not getting her killed. Before says, why not both? All right, how many more do we have? 2? 1? I don't know.
Let's go in and find out.
Okay, let's go
Please,
find out. We're going to go find out how many we got. Because then I want to remember to do the dyes thing at some point today before we forget. That's why I wanted to do Laurelin.
Maybe you can do that while I'm getting ready.
Sounds great. Okay, so
That's my first.
we should. Oh, you're not here yet. Wait. So what just happened here is. Oh, okay. So we're doing this as a duo,
Almost there.
and if I were to interact with that delving stone and do it and all and complete it before Affodil is here, Affodil does not participate in the delving portion of this, which would be really sad because the stuff's going to hit harder, but they don't get credit for it. Speaking of, are we doing a 12 again?
No, that was just the trolls.
Okay, so 11, 10?
How about 10?
We'll do a 10. Okay,
Easy.
back to a 10. Let's see, we've done 7, so this will be number 8.
I think 10 is where it taps out, except for those dice. Maybe even not then.
I'm going to try and do a cough drop, see if that helps, because my throat just got a little rough. All right, this one has like wolves and wolf keepers, and I swear we struggle with this one. We get our butts kicked. I'm setting up traps because they're going to chase us back here. I'm sure of it. I like how we both are like, back up, back up. Oh, yep, there they come. Cresting over the hill. Wolf's not done. There we go.
Alright, +2 for you.
Nice.
Here they come.
I'm starting to recognize that they're not coming because they're a patrol. They're coming because they got called. Oh, the Sauron's grasp was what got that whirlwind off. I should stop trying to fight the whirlwind. Okay, awesome. I have a crippling. Let me see if I can get rid of that wound. Maybe. All right, cool. There was a whirlwind sort of thing that was in a different one, and it was really cool because it had like different effects. So there might be like, you know, a healing one, or there might be a obscuring. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Something where you were obscured. So it made it harder for you to hit them, but also made that harder for them to hit you. Whoever was in it was harder to hit. So if you could like maneuver yourself so that you were in it and they were not, then it was harder for them to hit you, but you could hit them easier. Like, I like those. Those were fun. They didn't really do a lot. Like, we finished combat pretty quickly in general. So it didn't last long enough to really be terribly effective, but it was fun to play with. You're getting hit by somebody.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay. No worries. Okay, we're getting rid of them all, though, so it works. Okay. Who do we have left? Oh, here's a hound. All right. That person... Oh, it's a werewolf. They're not in combat with us, so... Cool. Let's see. Arthur says the aggro range is larger on higher tiers of delvings, so you end up pulling stuff unexpectedly. Well, yeah, that's true. Like, we do pull stuff unexpectedly sometimes, but no, it's 90%. Well, no. I would say it's 40% the minstrel going, ah, and pulling things as I'm like, well, how about we, and then things are already coming. And then I would say it's 50% is me shooting at things and continuing to shoot at things after the things we were shooting at are done and pulling more groups.
you are maxed out.
So I would say it's only 10% the aggro radius. All right, well, I'll pull him over and you can finish him off.
For our max.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to not finish him off. I heard you. Yeah, I'm maxed out on the bonuses. So currently I'm at 100% plus 100% melee, ranged, and tactical damage. So we're trying to let Affodil have a chance to get up there too. What's Affodil got?
I'm already up to 8.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's got the wrong.
80 or 70%. It says 70% when I hover over you.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we're gonna come at these folks from a different direction.
Patrol.
Oh, there's a patrol coming. Okay. Nice. Yeah, before it says with Hem Minstrel, it's amazing. They don't all hear us. I know, right?
Double patrol.
Ooh, nice.
I'll go ahead and do
Okay. All right, so turn this off from up for you. Cool.
unleash the hound.
Release our hounds. Let the arrows fly. Let's lick the of war. Let's see. Miro Marshall asks, "Is there a way to buy new bags, or do you have to be a VIP for that?" It's a little bit of both. You can absolutely buy more bags in the LOTRO store. I will show you that when I'm not in combat. Oh, I'm almost down. I am down.
I see it.
Um,
Sorry, I thought you were answering a question.
nope. So, yeah, before it says you can purchase more vault space with in-game gold, known as LOTRO points. Oh, sorry. Yes, first in-game gold, and then with more LOTRO points. Yeah, I'll show you here. After we finish, I can show you a little bit after this. So let's finish this delving first. All right, we're at 15 out of 16, so we just need one more, and she's probably back here somewhere. Yep. Indeed. It's so sad how we just don't get to keep that extra bonus. Find the scout, and I believe they're back at the beginning. Yep. So if you left anybody behind, you're like, oh no. Although I think you need it. Huh. So notice there was 2 things that showed up there. There should only be 1 from the scout. There we go. So you just wait a second, and then now I've got just the 1, which is what I need. Okay, so, hello. Now I have purchased all of the in-game, complete 150 delvings on any tier. I have the title now, Conqueror of Deep Places. Awesome.
Just a moment.
That's cool. Open the delving chest. Crafting materials. Oh, we're going in. Okay, here a second.
Can I take a moment of your time?
So,
But we don't have to start yet.
yeah, don't start yet. The now I'm VIP, so I'm able to have the vault basically in my pocket. But if I look at my shared storage, for example, at the bottom, oh, it's got a lot, so it may take a moment. At the bottom, you'll have a couple of things like add space, or maybe it's just the one, and it'll say like how much it costs to add space. And as before was mentioning, some of it you can do with in-game currency, like that you earn from doing quests and defeating monsters and that sort of thing. But then it gets to a point where you need LOTRO points. So when you click on it, it'll open up the LOTRO store. it'll take you right to the place where you can do that. In my case, I have purchased all of the vault space. Actually, hang on. I haven't purchased on my personal vault space. Probably. So if I click on that, yeah, it should take me to the LOTRO store. It should take me, there we go. So under, and if you were looking for this, and you didn't want to do it that way, you can also, and just browse by looking under character. So this takes me to my character specific stuff. And then there's like a series of things across the top that you can scroll through and options you can do. So this happens to be under character upgrades. And then under that, they've got stat tomes and bundles, vault storage. There might be shared storage there. Shared storage might be under account because the shared storage is account wide. So it's probably under account. So is wardrobe. Any wardrobe storage that you have, that is also account wide. So I have purchased all available wardrobe and all available shared storage slots that I can, because then it applies to every single character that I have on any server anywhere, and I really love that. I think VIP gives you an additional that's just storage. The bag slots also are in the store. You purchase those in the store. It's probably under account again because it applies to all of your characters everywhere. And that might be with LOTRO points only. And I think, is it maybe VIP or, being a VIP, maybe that gave me an additional like 5 slots of bag storage, maybe? So, you know what? This is like sourced knowledge as like a collective that we, the LOTRO collective. So what most people do is as we learn things like that, it gets put into the LOTRO wiki, because the LOTRO wiki is a fan maintained and created thing. So yeah, so B4 has just put a really cool link there for you. So the wiki has details about account types. So if you go to lotro-wiki.com/wiki/account_type, and that's just, or you can just click that link in the chat. And that should give you some guidance, because basically you're free to play when you first start. And then if you purchase anything in the store, then that turns you into, what does it say, premium? And once you're a premium account, then you just stay there. Like, you don't drift back to free to play. You stay as a premium, and that opens up a couple of doors for you. And then the last tier up is VIP. So those are the 3 tiers, like, free to play, premium, and VIP. And VIP opens up some things like what I was just showing you, where I've got this subscriber town services in my pocket, and I can just be like, bloop, and do all the stuff right there on the go. I don't have to go find a vault keeper. I don't have to go to, a vendor to sell my things like that. So yeah, you're welcome, Real Marshall. Okay, before it says, it thinks that any characters you logged in with while having VIP will have a base of 75 inventory slots. And I am up to, like, I think 105. I'm at whatever the max is, because, 130. Because, it's up at the top. 135. That's where I thought there was a 5. Yeah, and it's cool because the wiki will be able to tell you where to get those different numbers. Oh, that didn't go well at all. Okay. There we go. Let's see. In this one, we need to defeat the brigands, the captain, lieutenants, and the regular brigand folks. Let me see. Some of these, there's like a thing where you gotta put down barrels that blow up the towers, but not this one. Yeah, I'm glad that we're not doing the one that includes their secondary thing, the number 12. I'm okay without that today. Well, let's see. There's somebody around here. Because I just about almost shot at them. We shoot at this one first instead. That's fine. Alright, that's 7. Well, that lookout didn't look out very well. He just came right around and she was like, oh, I'm being shot. Oh, no. Let's see, I'm at 30% additional. Nice. Aphrodite's at 60% additional. So, yeah, Real Marshall, there's like a handful of different ways to get additional storage. And having bigger bags is really super handy. Definitely recommend. Having additional shared storage is also really nice because as you create any other characters, you can share that storage back and forth between the pair of, you know, the group of you, however many you've got. That's really handy. My personal vault storage is honestly the last thing I will upgrade because it doesn't, it's just for one character and I'm really loath to do it when I can spread the stuff out via my shared storage and I buy a house. So once you reach level 15, buy a house because a house gives you storage. And that's really handy. And not only does a house give you storage, but it gives you a travel skill that you can use to get back to your house. And your house is in a neighborhood, and every neighborhood has a far-ranging stable master. And you can use that to get you to a lot of convenient places, like Bree. You're in Bree. Hang on, let me come back to that. Before it says what? I agree. As I got LOTRO points, my priority was inventory, shared vault, personal vault. Yep. And for me, the cosmetics, the wardrobe. That was also very high priority for me. But while you're in Bree, well, I should say, once you do a couple of deeds, and you've got a couple, like 50 LOTRO points, once you've got 50 LOTRO points, talk to Lalia in Lalia's market. Well, get some, here's what I do. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I find it super handy. Oh, I just need the captain. Oops, I started combat. I didn't need to. We've had this conversation. Hang on. I'm almost out. I'm out. Yes, Lost Hobbit, Lalia's market skill. So useful. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, I'm still in combat, but we're out of here. I'm like, nope. I'm just noping my way right out of there. So, I feel like I should show you. Okay, so what do we got on the thing here? So, Lalia's market. Home travel skill. And code of the week. Okay, that's my to-do list to show you all here when we're done with these delvings. And speaking of, there's the code of the week. Codes of the week, which is pretty neat. Because normally there's just one. Okay, we think this is our last one. Well, I'm not there yet, so hang on. Okay, so Delving Stone is here. And what are we doing? 9? 10? 10. So see on the red thing, it says you're currently underway on or have completed 9 out of 10 quests in this category today. So I pick this up and then I continue. Boom. So now we'll have this. If we complete this, this will be our number 10, and that'll be great. A dread-filled malice spreads through the area. I think that's the wrong way. Speaking of dread, I got a lot of dread. It's dreadlicious here. This one. Yeah, there's wargs And there's unfortunate victims that we are burning the dead. And, oops, getting attacked by more wargs. And then victims are, sorry, yeah, Hobbit victims. We're trying to rescue the folks that are still alive, that are like usually trapped in something. All right, there's an unfortunate victim. I think I can sneak up to it without getting attacked. Nice. Okay. Next. So we have like 6 of each, and they're surrounded by these wargs in each location. They have like a severe injury or something. There you go. Nice. Okay, so we have rescued some. We've burned 3 dead. 3 out of 6. There we go. Oops, we're starting with that one. Wow, they've definitely got wide aggro. No worries. I think we can take them today. Seems like a them problem, says before. I didn't see a fern. Oh, here's one. Yeah, okay. Are you still in combat? No? Okay. Okay. This was a precarious spot. Thank you. Yes. Quite precarious. You should not be here, dude. Fly, little hobbit, get home. Oh, nice. I managed to burn it before it distracted me. Yeah, that. I don't know what that does. Here's a hobbit victim. Rescued. Alright, and we have one more down the hill, I believe. So we have a couple of wargs to encounter along the way. There we go. So we have an unfortunate victim here, and one that just got rescued by Affodil. Find the scout. Conveniently, the scout is right here. Hello. Hello. Okay, so back in Clegger, but I don't think I'm back on landscape yet, am I? Nope, I'm not. But I can go ahead and turn in the delving thing, which is kind of convenient. So I'll go ahead and do that. And that looks like an expiring chest. That looks like an expiring chest. So we're just going to do a quick little search in case I missed any. Let's see. That's crafting. Oh, crafting. Okay, I guess I can look it up by tier. Nope, just tier food. Oh, I should have taken that while we were in there. Just to be funny.
Is there something I can do?
And that. Cool. So that should be our 10 delvings that we could do, or sorry, 10 missions, 10 delvings that we could do today. So yeah, so awesome. I'm also working on a couple of mission wrappers. So I've done 40 out of 45 in total, and I've got 10 out of 15 on the other ones. Hang on. Not so fast. This is my way of dealing with inventory. I just give it to Affodil. Yeah. All right, that's a good start. Now I shall take your dice. Thank you. Okay. So Affodil's going to run off. Do you need me to take you anywhere, or are you good? Sure. So I have a travel skill known as Return to Lalia's Market, which I'm going to do my fancy thing. The fancy thing here, that doesn't have anything to do with the Lalia's Market, but that's a separate thing that I got. But I think it's pretty cool, so I'm enjoying that. Anyway, so there's a travel skill that you can purchase with LOTRO points. And so the way this works is you come in here into, well, let me start over. That wasn't very obvious what I was doing. Okay, so let's start at the Boar Fountain. So here's the Boar Fountain. So the crafting hall that we were mentioning earlier, it's right down there, called the Three Pharaoh Crafting Hall. This is the Boar Fountain here. It's a very popular hub, and it's a nice landmark. And when there's festival stuff going on, sometimes there's stuff over there, sometimes there's... So it's it just seems to be a good landmark of places and stuff going on. There's a Wenda Cranesbill here if you need to talk to her if you're a VIP and you need to get your rewards. But so if you go in, there's two doors. There's one here, Lalia's Market right there. And then if you go up the hill, just against the wall, there's another entrance. But let's go in this one because this is the one that makes it the most sense. So we're going to pop in here. And so we are where we just were a moment ago. This is where that travel skill drops me. So to purchase the travel skill, go into the first stall here on your right, and there's Lalia. And it says Mithril Trader. The very first thing she has is Return to Lalia's Market. And the cost for it is the second number there, that 3. So it costs you 3 Mithril coins to buy the travel skill Return to Lalia's Market. In the LOTRO store, this is where you buy Mithril coins. So if I do just a search for Mithril, here's a list that we've got. So Mithril coins times 5 will cost me 50 LOTRO points. 25 will cost me 250. 100 will cost me 850 LOTRO points. And 250 Mithrils will cost me 2,000 LOTRO points. They get better the more you buy, but if you're just early on in the game, you probably don't have much by way of LOTRO points. So getting to 50 is actually doable. In the deeds, so like, I don't know, where did you start in, like, Bree, maybe? It sounds like, I'm guessing. Like maybe you're Bjorning or man or woman kind of thing, race of man. So you would be wandering around Bree land, probably, doing quests and deeds. So as you complete various things, like... let's see, there's a thing called the Ruins of Breeland. And if you find these, I think 10 different locations, Brown's Folly, Hillshire Ruins, the Old Greenway Fort, Blackwold's Roost, which I think you end up finding in some of the early quests, Blackwold Headquarters, that's like level 10, level 20 enemies over there, like level 10, I think level 10. So you find all of these various places in the Bree area, and it will give you 5 LOTRO points. So already you're 10% of the way there. And that one doesn't necessarily involve combat, but sometimes it does to get the credit for finding the planes. It does also give you increased reputation with the Men of Bree, which is important, and I'll mention that in a minute. Although, okay, so Real Marshall, what is your character's race? Are you an elf, a hobbit, race of man? Like, what are you? Because I can tell you another cool thing, possibly. Once you get up to like level 20, you might go out to the Barrow Downs. You're an elf hunter. Okay, cool. Oh, you're going to double dip here. This is awesome. I'll tell you here in a second. So getting reputation with the Men of Bree is kind of cool because in a different part of Bree, there's a place where you can get a travel skill that will bring you to the front gate on the west gate of Bree. And if you are a race of man, you don't get it because you have a different thing. But everybody else can earn this and can go buy it. But you have to be kinship. You have to be at kindred level of reputation with the Men of Bree. So doing these deeds is really handy because you also earn reputation with the Men of Bree, which then helps you get to Kindred, which then allows you to get closer to buying that travel skill. So that's a second travel skill. It's a little harder to earn. Buying this thing from Lalia is a lot faster to earn. What I would suggest you do is do some of the like Slayer deeds. So like Barghest Slayer, defeat 30 Barghests in Breeland, you get 5 LOTRO points. And then you do another 60 and you get 10 LOTRO points. Let's see. I wouldn't do the Old Forest yet, depending on what level you are, but let's see. Oh, complete quests in Breeland. And there were different levels of that. So the first one is do 15 quests in Breeland, just any 15 quests. And that gives you 10 LOTRO points. Yeah, so Real Marshall says, yeah, I have enough LOTRO points to purchase Mithril. Right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, early in the game, there are enough ways to earn Mithril or LOTRO points here and there to get you to 50, and that'll get you that Lalia's travel skill, which you can buy at, like, I don't know, level 5 or something. It's really low. And it's extremely useful. Because the thing with the Men of Bree, to buy the travel skill to get to Bree, it is also very useful, and you'll have it before you have the hunter version. Now, you probably haven't run across this yet, but as a hunter, because I'm a hunter also, you get these things called guide to skills. So everybody else, you'll have like return to skill, like return to Bree. Or you might have a milestone, which you've probably got one of those, and you basically save a milestone. You're like, this is my milestone, and you save it to that spot, and then from then on, you hit your milestone skill, and it sends you back to that specific milestone, right? But that's an individual skill. So like these sorts of things, that's an individual skill. It sends me to my milestone. The return to skill, like return to my house, return to Bree, those sorts of things. Those are individual skills. It's just me sending me where I'm going. But the guide to skills that you as a hunter will be able to earn, those take you and your entire fellowship if they want to go. They can say yes or no. But you can port your entire fellowship from where you're all standing. There, you do need to be close to each other, but from where you're standing to a location. So I use a plugin here called Travel Window 2. I find it really handy. So that's what I keep pulling up here. And this is the array of travel skills that this particular character has. And she's a hunter. So I have Guide to Mickle Delving. I think that's the first one you get. And I can take my entire fellowship to Mickle Delving in the Shire. Really handy. Let's see, I bought Guide to No Bottle, bought that one. I think the next one was possibly Guide to Bree or possibly Guide to Thorin's Hall. Yeah, thanks, Before. There's a list on the wiki, which I actually still refer to on a regular basis, of which guide to skills you'll get, and then and when you get them and how you get them. Some of them, they're just get to level X and you earn it, like you have it done. Other ones, excuse me, are like you need to go do some sort of a quest where they're like, show me you're a really good hunter and can follow tracks and find this token that I buried out on the hillside somewhere, and so you have to do that quest, get to that location, dig up the item basically, and then go back to that quest giver, and then they're like, good job, you can now have travel to Ostgaruth, the guide to skill for your fellowship. So the wiki page is really handy. There's a couple that I've gone and earned, like Guide to No Bottle. That one you have to do separately. Guide to Swanfleet and Cardolan, those were earned through the things we're doing. So there's a wide variety of ways that you earn them. As you get further on in the game, generally it's get to a certain reputation level and then go talk to somebody and buy it from them. They kind of keep with that theme pretty much going forward. But early on, there's stuff that you just earn just for being yourself, which is great. Okay, so I'm at the south gate of Bree. There's our south gate stable master. So let's say I've just come in the south gate stable master guys here. If I go over to here, and we've got some crafting stuff, and I turn, there's this roadway, alleyway, however you want to look at it. So I'm going to follow this along. And this is for when you're more like level 20 or so. But there's some quest givers down here. You may end up down here because they want you to talk to your hunter trainer. And Flambard Took, he's right here. So if that's who you're looking for, he's right there. So there's these quest givers down here at this end of the hallway here. You'll want to talk to them, and they'll give you various quests that are over in the Barrow Downs area. Those will give you things called Barrow treasures if you complete the quest, and also sometimes there are Barrow treasures that you just get from doing, like, you know, defeat a monster. Oh, look, I found these Barrow treasures lying on the ground. They're in my bag now. And the Barrow treasures function as two different ways. One, you can just consume them, and it gives you reputation with the Men of Bree. But once you have full reputation with the Men of Bree, then you come back with 100 of these, and you talk to Tad Leafcutter right here.
What's your need?
And he's the one that has the Return to Bree skill that you can purchase because you're not Race of Man, because you're an elf. But you're going to need 100 of those Barrow treasures. So it's easier if you go and get Race of Men, Men of Bree reputation by doing quests and other things, and save your Barrow treasures so you have 100 so you can do this. So, so that's another really cool travel skill you can get. Yeah, that is handy. So, let's see. We got some chat going on. So Zao SM asks, hello, how do you like LOTRO? Before it says, I think it's the best Lord of the Rings themed MMO out there. Skagosi says, good evening, Little Red and Before. Thank you. Good evening to you too. Egg Arthur says from, I'm guessing you're talking about the hunter travel skills. Yeah, 4 are from leveling. 5 are from quests. 3, I think you can buy for silver or copper once you reach rep standing with a particular faction, and the rest are bartered. But I think you still have to have the bartered ones. I feel like you still have to have like some minimum threshold of something before they'll let you buy it. Like in the, here, let me pop over to No Bottle, for example, in the Yondershire. That took Yondershire tokens, or the tokens that you earn in Yondershire. But I thought I had to have like a minimum of some reputation in order to purchase this. So, and before it says it generally takes less reputation for guide to than it does for the corresponding return to personal skill, which is nice. Yes, I'm really glad for that because it allows me as a hunter to get the skill early, and then I can port my people around, you know, or back to where we were, that sort of thing. So this is up in Yondershire, which is north of the Shire. So if you haven't been up here, basically here's the Shire, and then straight north of it is Yondershire, and it's a cute area. The Quartermaster, they become your friend when you want to find somebody who's got travel skills.
I'm pleased to be of service.
Let's see, yeah. So Guide to No Bottle takes some of the tokens that I earn up here, plus it also required acquaintance standing with the Yonder Watch. So I couldn't just like walk up with 10 tokens, 10 of the copper bounders coins, and be like, yo, because she's like, no, you need to be also acquaintance standing. So, hey, Arthur. You say Yondershire isn't a particularly good example, though, since you start with the rep required. No, I had to actually get to acquaintance standing because I tried to buy it one time and I didn't have the standing. So I'm like, oh, I got to go do more quests before I can buy it. So it's not just a gimme. But yeah, Egg Arthur does point out that it's also possible to buy 8 of the Guide to Skills for Mithril coins from the Hunter Trainer for a total of 420 Mithril coins. Kind of steep. Yeah, I have never purchased anything but the Lalia travel skill with Mithril coins. Everything else I've done by earning it. You've always started with acquaintance. Well, you're just special. I don't know. Oh, before I forget, while we were in the LOTRO store, I wanted to show some, because there's some newer folks in the chat, and just in case you haven't seen this before, every week there's a free code, a code to get free stuff. This week there's 6 codes to get free stuff, which is amazing. So if you get the code, so you'll just want to copy and paste it. You don't want to like type things out. And it is case sensitive, but they usually are doing these in all caps these days. So anyway, so you just copy and paste it into this bottom box, like right here next to my head. Let me scooch this over just a smidge more. So you type it into that box, or paste it right into that box right there. And then you hit the little present icon. And you see it says right here, red die ×5, coupon activated. So it's already, it should be then, oops, right there. It's already dropped it right into my inventory. And it tells where I got it from. Bound to account, purchased from the store, purchased by a free code, consumed on use. So I wanted to make sure, one, that I do that on this character because I want these on this on this server. And also to kind of use that as an illustration on how to do that, just in case it was not clear. So I'm just going through and copying and pasting each one of these into this redeem code spot. And blue. That's so cool. A couple summers ago, they gave out, actually in 2020 and I think 2021, maybe 2022, they gave away a whole bunch of like free access to expansions, like older expansions and stuff. So I feel like this is like one of their ways of being like, here, have a big pile of things, because we don't always give you a big pile of things. So enjoy a large pile of things. Now, if I'm like, gosh, did all those codes go through? I wasn't paying attention, because that happens like just now. I can go here to transaction history. So you go to your username and the drop down arrow there. And then the second one is transaction history. And I can see what I just did. So coupon code gave me this. Coupon code gave me that. So I can see all the coupon codes I just did. I can see that I earned, it says grant virtual currency. It says LOTRO points. It says +10, +20, +5, +5. Those look very much like deeds, right? So I'm pretty sure, I finished a deed a deed for that, a deed for that. And then you can just go page to page to page. You can also change it like how many you see per page. So like I'd rather just see 30 per page. So I don't have to, I can just scroll straight down. Like I used the coupon code Spring Flower a couple weeks ago, got some rose dye, finished a bunch of deeds, and so on. And then if you've purchased anything, for example, the whimsical Patron's Luxuriant Coffer, that showed up in there also. So like when I've bought expansions, does it come in as expansion? Is that a word? That's not a word. What would be an expansion I would have bought? I can't think of one. Somebody has a keyword. Let me know. I'll put it in. Gundabad. Let's try Gundabad. Nothing to display. I did buy Gundabad. Oh, maybe transaction type might be useful. Oh, granted virtual currency, in-game purchase, external purchase. Because I usually do them on the website and not in the LOTRO store. Oh, how funny. Okay, so maybe that's not connected or something. Coupon codes. I do coupon codes all the time, right? So anyway, so there's it's more information there that used to be there, so I'm pretty happy with that. So oh yeah, Not Cool Later says that's how Dunedain of Cardolan works. It's nice that you can get them after only a few quests. Yeah. Before says if you could get Guide to Bree before level 32 for Mithril Coin, I'd do it. That is a fair point. As a hunter, I have to say you're going to be really annoyed probably by 2 things that you're waiting for. One is Guide to Bree, because you have to be level 32 before you can get that. And you're like, I left Bree 10 levels ago. Why do I need this now? But it's really useful still once you get it, because it's so useful that I keep it on my mini bar on the sidebar here, because I use it all the time. So it's still useful in the future, but it's really annoying that you're like, why couldn't you have given this to me before when I was questing here all the time? So that one and Rivendell, because you have to be like level 42 or something ridiculous. And you're like, please let me have Guide to Rivendell sooner. So those are the two that I apologize. I mean, I have nothing to do with it, but I sympathize, I empathize with you on how frustrating that will be that you're like, why can't I get there? You just have to wait. Now there is in the LOTRO store, and I haven't actually purchased it, but one of our kin members loves this one, which is, I guess it would be a return to skill. There is a return to Bree that you can buy to personal skill for 295. But there's a, pretty sure Rivendell. There's a return to Rivendell. So you could buy it for 295 Lotra points. But it's just you. It doesn't take your whole group. So I don't know. You know, that's a gripe I have. So I wish they'd slide those down so that way you could get like the return to Bree skill way sooner, like in the 20s would be fantastic. And I think Rivendell should be in the 30s. So, but that's me on my soapbox. All right, none of that. Yeah, Tellurian says I normally substitute that with the return to Lalia's market for 3 mithril coins. Oh, which reminds me, I mentioned earlier that you should buy a house. So let me travel to my personal house. So what you'll get if you buy a house, and once you're level 15, you can do this. You'll get one of these icons. It's a little red door. It's very cute. And it will take you, by clicking on it, so I love the Weeping Willow thing. That's so fun. It'll take you to your personal house. And one thing there's a number of things that are really handy by having access to a personal house. So I'll show you that real quick. Let's see, Coolidge says I have the rep for Guide to Umbar, but not the level. Slowly moving toward the required level. Not a big deal since I have the housing item teleport. Yeah, housing item teleport is so fun. Inquiring Minds Want to Know says at Lalia's Market, you can buy the breed return with Mithril. Is there a level on that? Lalia's Market, I think, is like level 5 or something. I think once you're out of the intro, you can buy that. Tellurian says I substitute return to Rivendell by port to Premium House and Stable Master. Yeah, so I'm going to show that here in a second. And Defeated says another great thing to do is the Moors intro quest. Takes like 5 minutes and gives you a 5-minute port. Oh, nice. Okay, so a couple of really nice things about having a house. One, if you get decoration items, you've got places you can stick them outside and inside. So when you look at your house, there's a button you can push, toggle decoration mode, and it shows you where you can place things. And then they themselves have little slider bars so you can move stuff around. So I could be like, oh no, I want this closer that way, or oh, I'd like it further that way, or whatever. So that's some fun stuff you can do. Also, one lovely thing is inside, not only do you have more places, decoration hooks as they're called, where you can put fun decorating items. For example, I've got a pig and some mushrooms and stuff by the fireplace over here, some logs. I've got some cool stuff on the walls. I've decorated my house a bit. But if you go into your house, somewhere in your house will be a chest. And this is additional storage. This one you can buy, wait, no. Does it come with 60? I always forget. I get this one mixed up with the kinship housing one. Maybe this one starts with 15 and you can upgrade it. Anyway, your housing storage, you can get up to 60 with just in-game currency. I can't remember if it came that way or if I had to get it that way. But then I have to pay mithril coins if I want to add more storage. I don't need to worry about that yet. I'll just leave it like that. But so that is a great way to just like offload stuff when you're trying to figure out what you're doing with your life. So that's really handy to have another additional set of storage. But then the other thing that people were talking about is this far-ranging stable master. So every neighborhood has like a cute little diagram with all the roads kind of leading back to each other. And in each neighborhood, there is a center of town, as I call it, where you'll have crafting, you'll have a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to take us, so my house is over here on this hill, and the center of town is over there across the river. So there's a lake over here, and I'm gonna ride around here, and we're gonna go past some houses and past some cool trees, and look at the water mill because that's really fun. And then we're gonna go across the river. You know, this takes like 30 seconds. It's really not long. Even with lag, it's long. It doesn't take long. Okay, so now I'm in the center of town. Wow, look how long that took. So if you're VIP, Wenda is right there in every neighborhood. Our far-ranging stable master is right there. This is a really handy person, an NPC. You click on them, and everywhere you've been will be unlocked. Like every stable master you've talked to will be unlocked, and you can get there. And then some of them are already unlocked for you. Like, for example, I think in the Shire, I think there's 3 of them that are listed. I think Mickle Delving is by default unlocked. Shire Homesteads and the Party Tree. I'm pretty sure they're both automatically unlocked. For Bree, let's see, go Bree. Bree is one of the starter areas. So Bree, Erdluin, and the Shire. So there's going to be stables in those areas. So the Breeland Festival Grounds, which is just north of Bree town. And there's a horse to get you between the two for free. There's Breeland Homesteads and South Bree. So you see it's like 1 silver. So it's not terribly expensive. So that's a really handy thing is if you're like out and about somewhere and it's going to take you forever to get to where you want to go, you could use your house teleport, get home, and just run over to this far-ranging stable master and port yourself to where you want to go. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you is that Homestead, usually there's a building or a central square where you will find these various NPCs. In the Hobbit housing, it looks like this. So I don't necessarily need to talk to those people, but these people I want to talk to. So this lady has the coins over her head because she is a vault keeper. So she will allow me to browse the shop, open my vault, open my shared storage, or open my wardrobe. So she's really handy. And then next to her is like this supplier and provisioner, which sometimes I need to buy crops or something like that. So that can be a really handy person to find in here. Escrow broker, you probably won't interact with too much. You won't need to worry about that. But yeah, finding the vault keeper here, super handy. If anybody is like, says, hey, go do some task board stuff. Every neighborhood has a set of the task boards. So that's set up right there. What task boards do for you is they give you reputation with the faction of the stuff that you've got in the area where that faction is hanging out. So like if you're hanging out in Bree, that's probably level 11 to 20 sort of stuff. So Men of Bree, they have a task. Hey, if you come back with some blackened carapaces, 10 of them, pick up this quest and accept the quest, and then you turn it into one of these boxes sitting here. It'll give you 300 increased reputation with the Men of Bree. So that's a way to really work on reputation with a group if you need some help with that, like you're not getting it with the quests, or you want to get it faster because you want the reputations, you can get the travel skill as a hunter. So that sort of stuff is really handy. Let's see, did I go through that whole list? Lalia's Market, home travel skill, code of the week. Okay, I hit all the things that I had made my to-do list earlier when we were talking. So anything I missed, y'all? Bring it up in the chat. But I think I'm going to wind down here pretty quick. Yeah. So B4 is going to pick up and do his stream. I was going to make this a short stream, but we ended up taking a long time. I know, right? Every time. I'm like, I'm just going to show a short stream. And then it's like, you failed. It's 2.5 hours later. Next week we'll be doing festival. Yay! We'll be in the Midsummer Festival, which will be great. So we'll do that for like 3 weeks because it usually tends to run about 3 weeks. Make sure you do those codes because that is a nice crap ton of dye. That's like 5 times 6. So that's like 30 pots of dye. That's so awesome. In fact, I'm going to grab my dye carry-all. And I'm just going to slurp that stuff in there. Zoop. Love it. Love it. Oh, you know what? I might see if I have any more steel keys. Or maybe one of my other characters does. Yeah, we'll think about this. Because I want to see if I can get any more of the cat stuff. I like the cat stuff. Currently, there's a cat theme going on with the loot boxes. And each of my characters got a steel key this time around. So I'm tempted, very, very tempted. Okay. Well, anyway, I think we will leave it about there. Inquiry Minds Want to Know says, I see people say they have more than one house. Are those only for VIP? No. Those are premium houses. And the place to go to find out more about that, 2 places. LOTRO Wiki is a fantastic resource for that. And in fact, Before and I have edited some of those pages, some of them more heavily than others. You'll see our fingerprints all over Rohan. But let's go out of here. You want to go to the broker's, not market, that's not the right word, office. So it used to be if you wanted to get a Cape of Belfast house, you could come and talk to this lady by the Boar Fountain. And you still can. You totally still can. But there are... dude, you just hit one of my exciting spots. I love talking about housing. So I've done hours of stream on housing. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's some old housing tours I've done. So that's also another place you can check to get more information about housing. But oh my gosh, I just ran here without even showing you what I was doing. I'm so sorry. Let me pop back out. Okay, so I went south of the Boar Fountain. And then down here by the town hall where you go in and you go upstairs and you get a quest from the mayor or whatever, across from that is a broker's office right over there. So that's where you want to go. You want to go into this broker's office right here. I was so excited about housing. I just get me over there. And in here, you're going to find a crazy collection of stuff. So I take the names off for a minute. There are, you'll notice people standing here with little things over their heads. And then there's books on the tables next to them. So there's 2 different things going on there. I'll just try to explain this in 2 minutes or less. So let's say you wanted to buy a house in Erebor, where everything is dwarven and green and it looks like you're in the Wizard of Oz. So you want to talk to the Erebor housing broker, which is this guy right here. It is premium housing. The difference is there's standard housing, which are the original 4 housing developments, because when LOTRO first started, there was basically 4 main races. So you had Mickle Delving housing for that's very Hobbit themed. That's where we just were with my house there. You had Bree housing, and that's race of man. It's a lot of wood, a lot of straight lines. You've got, let's see, Duland housing, and that's for elves, and it's all very curvy and swirly things, and it's very fancy looking and very high stuff. It's actually very lovely. I've bought houses there before. And then the other one was Thorin's Gate, and that's race of the dwarves, of course, and it's very it's underground. It's built into the side of a mountain. It's inside underground, and it's very angular, but very silver and rock looking and all of that. So those are the ones where you can only own one. You have to pick. If you decide you want to do a different one, you have to sell your house, and then you can go and buy a new one. So those are the ones. These brokers are here, and you can still talk to them, and that's really handy. Then they opened up premium housing, and that has come in various stages. So the first one was, there she is. First one was Cape, oops, that didn't work out. There we go. First one was Cape of Belfast, and that's the lady we saw over at the Boar Fountain as well. So that's premium housing. Then came Rohan. We've got Eastfold, and we've got Kingstead. One is more kind of mountains and trees, and the other one is more planes and a lot easier to get around, but they're just very different aesthetics. Those are both premium housing. Then came Erebor, which is very dwarven. It's underground. It's an Erebor. It's there's like a river of gold flowing through the middle that you can swim in and you can fish in. Everything's very green, very Wizard of Oz, like I kind of mentioned before. And then the last one they just came out with is Lindleby housing, which is this little person over here, and that is in the Hobbit style. You can own as many premium houses as you want. They cost stuff. So let's talk to the Erebor guy. So you can purchase, you can look here, and these are all the various neighborhood names that you can choose from. And you can see that there are 4 categories here, because you have a standard house, which is your smaller one. You have your stately house, which is your medium-sized one. Then there'll be a deluxe house, which is some sort of fancy house. There's only one of those usually in the neighborhood. Oh, sorry. No, the stately house is the one. And then there's a kinship house. And you have to be a kinship leader in order to buy the kinship house. It can be the only kinship house that you have. So if you have another one, you have to get rid of it. So that still comes into play. But you can look and see the inventory that's available in a particular neighborhood. And then you can be like, oh, hey, I want to go check out this. So if I click on it, it'll tell me information about it. The cost is in mithril coins or housing writs. It's your choice how you want to buy it. So that's where you can see it starts to get expensive, because mithril coins you buy in the store with LOTRO points. Housing writs you buy in the store with LOTRO points. How do you get enough LOTRO points? You can quest your heart out and deed like crazy, but eventually you're probably going to end up spending real world money to buy the LOTRO points you need to buy these things. What I personally do is I wait till the LOTRO points are on sale, or you get like your bonus, you get your base amount and then you get the bonus, but it's double the amount of bonus. So the double bonus points, I wait till that happens and then I sit on them. And then when mithril coins go on sale, I buy them, because that rarely happens. And when housing writs go on sale, I start thinking about what I'm going to want, and then I go and buy some housing writs. So that's what I do. Is I'm planning for like the next housing already, basically, by stocking up. Okay, so if you are a VIP, yeah, triple discount for the prepared, right? If you are a VIP, upkeep is waived on your house. All houses have upkeep, which is basically every week you got to put a couple coins in the coffer to keep your house up with the HOA, if you want to think of it that way. Yeah, so you got to put a couple coins in every week. You can prepay up to 6 months on your houses. It's not a lot, really. It's like we're talking silver. It's not bad. Early on, it can feel like a lot, but as you get going, it really becomes very easy to deal with. And that's where it's really nice to have like a kinship, because a lot of times kinship members will just like go round and put money in everybody's house, and it's really handy. If you are VIP, upkeep for premium houses is waived. That's where being a VIP and having a premium house can work really, really well hand in hand. So, so you don't have to be VIP to own a premium house. You get your upkeep for free on a premium house if you are VIP. Yeah, so that, I think, takes care of that question, because I saw you were asking, if you're not VIP, do you still need to use mithril coins to pay upkeep for them? No. Your upkeep will be listed here also. So at this particular house, it says cost 300 mithril or 12 housing writs. Upkeep cost 1 gold. So it's 1 gold per week. Yeah. So you don't have to pay mithril. Oh my gosh, that would be really horrid. Yeah. So yeah, so Telerian said, yeah, upkeep is in gold. So yeah, let's see any other questions here. Telerian says, I remember there being some coffers that gave cosmetic and are accompanied with some mithril coins. Yeah, and B4 points out that I think even VIP have to pay upkeep for the basic house, which is true. But premium houses are free upkeep while you are VIP. If you are VIP and then you drop it for whatever reason, then you do have to start paying upkeep on those premium houses. But then, let's say you become VIP again, then your upkeep's free again from them for, while you're VIP, it's free. So that's kind of handy. So, and again, you can own as many premium houses as you want. For example, this is the list of all the houses that I have access to. Now, the first one is my personal house that we looked at, that we saw earlier. And the second one is the kinship house. So I don't have anything to do with the kinship house necessarily, but I can go and pay upkeep while it's up to date. So there's no upkeep to pay. It's already up to date. How about my house? Okay, so this is what the maintenance window looks like. It says that my upkeep lockout date is November 19th. So I have paid up through November 19th. Oh, sorry. Yeah. If I want to add more time to that, I can do 1 week, or I can scroll along. I can do 2, I could do 3. That's where I'm at right now. So I could just deposit an upkeep of 495 silver. So you see over here, mithril deposit upkeep 6 mithril. I could do it with mithril, but I choose not to. So I'm going to pay right now. Why not? Let's push my date out to, and it tells me here, December 10th, just in case I forget, because I did forget last time, and I did get a letter saying, hey, your house is in arrears. So you just have to pay what's not paid up in order to get your house open again. It was no big deal. As long as you do it within like 6 months. It's either 3 or 6 months, because it will eventually revert back and all your stuff gets kicked out. And that's when you end up having to go to a broker or the escrow person. But that's a very rare occasion. So I just click that. I've deposited some upkeep. It's all good. Now, if I sell that house, I don't get that money back, that upkeep. It's gone. So just keep that in mind. Defeated says, I was told non-VIP needed to use mithril coins to pay upkeep, because why you don't own one. You do not need to pay mithril coins to pay upkeep. No. Yeah. In-game currency. You're good. And if you want to know what that is, like I said, you just click on the house that you're interested in. So go to the broker, click on purchase a house, click on a house that you're thinking about, and it'll tell you right there upkeep and what it is right there. Yeah, before says, I don't even think you can use mithril coins to pay housing upkeep. I think you might be able to okay, so for example, here's a Lindleby Homestead's house that I have. Maintenance is here. I think it would allow me to, if I wasn't VIP.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but don't do that. Just don't even do that. Just use regular in-game currency. There's no need to waste your mithril coins on that. Absolutely not. Yeah, so like if I wanted to look at like Lindleby over here and I wanted to purchase a house. Now what it shows you when you talk to the broker is it shows you neighborhoods that have at least one house available for sale in that neighborhood. If all of the houses in a neighborhood have been purchased, that neighborhood name will not show up on the list with the broker. But so, like for example, though, I'm going to just look at this Broadmead Lane. It would cost me mithril, or those to buy. Upkeep cost is 1 silver, 1 gold. Looks like it's always 1 gold. Let's see. Yeah, these are all 1 gold, regardless of how much it costs to buy the house. Oh, that one is 5 gold. High Law Lane, I think, but that's also a kinship house. So if you're buying a kinship house, hopefully the kinship can help pitch in to keep it up, right? Now, the reason I mentioned that thing about the neighborhoods, the name won't show up if all the houses in the neighborhood are currently owned. But say somebody's having a party and you're like, man, I really wish I could get there. Well, that's why they have these books on the table now next to them. So if you click on the book, it shows you all of the neighborhoods, which is pretty awesome. So if somebody's having a party over in Amlin and all the houses in Amlin are purchased, I can come here, I can click on the book, Amlin is there because all the neighborhoods are there. And then I click on enter and it automatically transports me. And it sends me to, let's see, where did it send me to? It sent me to this part of the neighborhood. So it looks like I'm like kind of at the beginning, like, yeah, So there's, if I were to go out that way, I would exit into landscape. So it brought me into like the beginning of the neighborhood, but then I can ride through and then, you know, ride my way over to whatever, to their house. Oh, that's so cute. I love seeing what people have done with their houses. Street market stall, that's cool. All right, let me get out of this person's neighborhood, out of their yard. That's kind of rude. Unless they want me to be in their yard, I don't know. All right. Tellurian says, my standard house would let me pay 172 silver and 50 copper or 2 mithril coins for upkeep. Yeah, so you can pay mithril coins, but I wouldn't. I absolutely would not do that. All right. For reals this time, I'm going to go. You all have a great night. I will be back next week doing festival stuff. Coming up right after me is B4, so stick around and y'all can talk plugins and more LOTRO questions. I'll be in the chat, so if you have any other questions that are more chitty chatty, I can jump in on that. But so can B4. So, all right, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your night. See you in a moment over on B4 stream. And as always, remember to stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right, bye everybody.